Hi everybody, it's Ann Patchett and Sparky Van Devender at Parnassus Books. Gonna start off today with some sadness. My friend and extremely important teacher in my life and development, Russell Banks, died last week, and want to recommend The Magic Kingdom, his last novel, which is about a man reviewing the events of his life. Russell is a wonderful writer and just a really wonderful guy. You might know him from Affliction or The Sweet Hereafter. Just wonderful books. Loved him, miss him. Also, Charles Simic died. I don't know, it's just sad. Charles Simic was a brilliant poet. We love him too. All right, on to other things. Tracy Kidder, for those of you who read the cover story in the New York Times Magazine Sunday before last, Tracy goes and embeds himself with a doctor in Boston who's working with the homeless. This book is called Rough Sleepers, and the excerpt is fabulous, and I read all of Tracy's books. He just has a sort of an old school journalism style. He wrote Among School Children. He wrote Mountains Beyond Mountains about Paul Farmer, and this is a really important book. And the book that everybody is talking about, Rick Rubin, The Creative Act, A Way of Being. If there's some music you like, chances are Rick Rubin was the person who produced it. He was on 60 Minutes with Anderson Cooper, and as Lindsay said, it's like Liz Gilbert's Big Magic, but for music. That should really go over well here in Nashville. And call him Tobin, hold on. Tobin, thanks. I always get it wrong. Has a new collection of essays out. He's a writer I love. Elise is not here this morning because she is going to be working Keel Hunt's A Sense of Justice, this event tonight about Merritt Garland. That is so wrong about Gil Merritt. And every time I say one of their names, I get it wrong, Gil Merritt. The event is wildly sold out, but if you go online and you order the book and you ask for a personalization, we can get it signed to you. You need to do that today because he would be coming in tonight to sign them. Also, on February 6th, I will be in conversation with V, the author formerly known as Eve Ensler, about her new book, Reckoning. She wrote the Vagina Monologues. I've read Reckoning. It rocks the world. It's really something. And it's gonna be a great conversation. So go online and register for that now. And now, here's Lindsay. Thanks.
Hello, I've got a little bit of everything, so I'm gonna go real quick. We have staff favorite, Ookies Kooky Spooky, Grady Hendrix, How to Sell a Haunted House. A woman goes to her recently deceased parents' house to sell it. Guess what? It's a little weird. We have signed copies. If you're looking for kind of a gritty mystery literary fiction crossover, Decent People by Deshaun Charles Winslow is out today. This one takes place in the segregated South after a murder has been committed. If you want more of a Knives Out, Glass Onion type mystery, Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone by Benjamin Stevenson. If you want some historical fiction, don't worry, Marie Benedict has you covered with a new historical fiction out today, The Mitford Affair, following the Mitford sisters between the two world wars. Contemporary is more your style. Dan Coy, Vintage Contemporaries, is a coming of age story set today. It's set between the 1990s and today. If you're feeling like some social media, if you love Jane Peck's The Verifiers, please report your bug here is a debut out today by Josh Rydell. Josh was the first employee at Instagram, and this is his debut novel that looks at social media today. And if you want a funny debut novel from Monica Heisey, who is a staff writer on Schitt's Creek, we have Really Good Actually, which is about a young divorcee who's doing really good actually. And up next we have Ray Ann talking to us about kids books.
Thanks, Lindsay. Hi everybody. Hey, if you're free on Saturday and you have small children, you should come to story time. We're having it weekly now, 10:30 a.m. Just show up here in the store. It's such a fun time and you'll get to hear some great stories. Also, Saturday afternoon this week, 2 p.m., we're hosting a launch for Caroline Brooks Dubois. Caroline Dubois is a Nashville teacher. This is her novel in verse, Ode to a Nobody. It is inspired by one of the Nashville tornadoes. It's about a girl whose family must rebuild their home, and she's rebuilding herself. Because as the jacket says, it's never too late to be the person you want to be. Hey, 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 today the Spark Book Club pick for January is out. This is a fun mystery. It is Trashed by Martha Freeman. This is about two kids whose families own a resale store. It's called Universal Trash, and there's a mystery afoot. Guess who helps them solve it? A ghost mouse. One of last year's great Spark Book Club picks, Comb of Wishes by Lisa Stringfellow, is out today in paperback, so if you missed that, you can pick it up. We love Brad Meltzer and Christopher Eliopoulos' Ordinary People Who Changed the World, and there's a new one out today, and it is I Am John Lewis. Some YA books. Margaret Rogerson, for you fantasy fans. This is a novella, Mysteries of Thorn Manor. This is what happens when the magic shield around Thorn Manor disappears, and it must be rebuilt before the winter ball. We have a few book-plated copies. Julian Winters, As You Walk On By. This is a book about what happens when a promposal goes epically wrong. And Kip Wilson's new book is out today, One Last Shot. I read all of Kip Wilson's books and I recommend them. She wrote The Most Dazzling Girl in Berlin. I'll say it again. She wrote The Most Dazzling Girl in Berlin, which was a Parnassus Next pick last year. This is One Last Shot. It's about Gerda Taro, who was the first woman to be a photojournalist in the middle of a war in the Spanish Civil War. Thanks so much for listening, and thanks for shopping at Parnassus.